love to go to school, you know, and play with all me mates. I get a smashing feeling as I walk in through the gates. I go into the classroom and there's a sudden hush. Then all the kids jump up and shout, let's read with Basil Brush. Let's read with Basil Brush. Boom, boom, way! Oh, Mr. Howard, we're going to read another story about Pepper today.
Yes, we are, Basil. Can you tell me what it's called?
Well, let's see if I can guess. No, I can't guess. Give us a clue.
Right. Well, it has 2 wings.
Yes.
A tail.
Yes.
And wheels for taking off and landing.
2 wings, a tail, and wheels for taking off and landing.
That's right.
I've got it.
What?
It's a budgie on roller skates.
It's not a budgie on roller skates.
Oh.
It's a...
I know what it is. I know. It's a on roller skates.
It's an aeroplane.
Oh, an aeroplane.
Right, so now that you know what it is, perhaps you can tell me what today's story's called.
Pepper's budgie on roller skates.
Not Pepper's budgie on roller skates. Pepper's aeroplane.
I beg your pudding. Keep your nose
Pepper's
on.
aeroplane isn't a real one.
No.
It's a paper aeroplane.
Well, it would be, wouldn't it?
What?
Pepper's aeroplane would be a pepper aeroplane.
Not a pepper aeroplane, a paper aeroplane.
Oh, I see. Does it have a pointed nose, Mr. Howard?
Yes, I suppose it does, really.
Very interesting.
Now, don't start that again. Do you want me to read this story?
Oh, we do. We're waiting for you to start, aren't we?
Pepper's dad had been writing letters.
On the table.
On the table.
Didn't he have any paper then?
He was writing on the paper, and the paper was on the table.
Oh, I see.
When he'd finished, he had a piece of paper left over.
That's handy.
Watch this, he said to Pepper.
Yeah.
He folded it, then he folded it again.
What, the table? Cool, we must have been strong.
The piece of paper.
Ah.
Then he folded it again.
Yeah.
There you are, he said.
Yeah.
Pepper's dad had made an aeroplane.
He turned a piece of paper into an aeroplane?
Yes.
That's nothing. My Uncle Jimmy did something more clever than that.
What?
He turned a horse into a field. Boom, boom.
Pepper looked at the aeroplane.
Yes.
Will it fly, he asked.
Huh?
Try it, said his dad.
Yes.
Pepper rushed outside and flew it in the garden.
You threw it in the garden? That wasn't very nice, was it?
Flew it in the garden.
Oh, I beg your pardon.
It flew high in the air.
Yes.
Then it flew down again and landed gently on the ground.
Get away.
Pepper couldn't help thinking how clever he was.
Clever? What's so clever about flying an aeroplane? Anybody can fly an aeroplane.
Well, you can't because you don't have an aeroplane.
I can soon make one, though, can't I? You bring me an elephant and I'll make an aeroplane in 2 seconds.
Elephant? What
Yeah.
kind of aeroplane can you make with an
A
elephant?
jumbo jet. Boom, boom.
Pepper's mum called him to the kitchen.
Oh, burning the lunch again, was she?
Make sure you keep your aeroplane in the garden or you'll lose it, she said.
It's the same with elephants, you know, Mr.
I
Howard.
don't want to know about elephants.
You would have had one in your garden. They make a terrible mess, you know.
Pepper flew his aeroplane again and again.
Yeah.
And each time it flew higher and higher. Pepper was so excited. Pepper was so excited that... What are you doing?
It's the aeroplane, isn't it?
Has it gone now?
I think so, yes.
Right. Pepper was so excited...
Look out, Mr. Howard, it's coming back. Mind your nose.
Will you stop it?
Can't do that. If I tried to stop an aeroplane, it could go right up my brush.
If I don't get this story finished, I'll...
Don't you hit me.
Pepper was so excited,
Yeah.
he didn't notice that he was getting nearer and nearer to the fence that separated his garden from Mr. Hippo's next door.
Oh, yes.
Or that he was getting closer and closer to the apple tree.
Oh, my Auntie Minnie had an apple tree, Mr. Howard.
Really? What happened to it?
She chopped it down, didn't she? My uncle wasn't half mad. He was up at the time picking apples.
Pepper laughed.
My Uncle Jimmy didn't laugh, I can tell you. He landed right on his...
This time it's going to fly higher than ever before, he chuckled.
What, the apple tree?
Not the apple tree, the aeroplane.
Oh.
The aeroplane flew high in the air.
Threw pie in the air?
Flew high in the air.
Oh, all right.
But this time it didn't come down.
Oh.
It stuck in the tree.
Oh, my goodness.
He tried to reach his aeroplane, but he wasn't tall enough.
No.
He even jumped up, but he still couldn't reach it.
So he chopped the tree down?
So No, he didn't chop the tree down.
No, all right.
He looked sadly at his aeroplane and wondered if he would ever get it down again. And then he had an idea.
He got his dad to chop the tree down?
No, he didn't. It would come down if I shake the tree, thought Pepper.
Come down if he chopped the tree down, wouldn't it?
Nobody's chopping trees down. But Pepper knew that grumpy Mr. Hippo was out in his garden next door. And if his aeroplane came down in Mr. Hippo's garden, he'd never get it back.
Mr. Hippo was grumpy, was he?
Yes, he was.
Do hippos have big noses, Mr. Howard?
Yes, they do.
Oh.
Now, that's enough. Pepper shook the tree.
Yes.
He shook it very gently at first.
Very gently, that's no good.
Then he shook it a bit harder.
A bit harder?
Then he shook it as hard as he could.
And the aeroplane fell out of the tree and flew straight up Mr. Hippo's hooter.
No, it didn't.
Oh.
The aeroplane slipped out of the branches
Yeah.
and landed in Pepper's garden.
Oh.
But the aeroplane wasn't the only thing that came down from the tree.
Get away.
At the same time, an apple fell down.
An apple, eh? Poor lucky old Pepper. I love apples. Did he eat it, Mr. Howard? I would have done.
No, he didn't. The apple didn't land in Pepper's garden. Are you listening to me?
Of course I'm listening to you. Go on.
The apple didn't land in Pepper's garden. Now what's the matter? It landed right on Mr. Hippo's head.
It bashed on Mr. Hippo on the bottom.
That's right. Pepper thought Mr. Hippo would be very angry.
And he was right.
No, he wasn't.
What?
When he saw the apple,
Yeah?
Mr. Hippo smiled.
Smile?
Yes.
A dirty great apple comes crashing down and bashes him on the bonds, and all he does is smile? I wouldn't, I can tell you. He'd be a pickled pepper if I got hold of him. I'll tell you.
There's nothing I like better than a big red apple, said Mr. Hippo, taking a bite out of it. So Mr. Hippo ate his apple while Pepper flew his aeroplane. And they were both very happy.
A red apple, eh, Mr. Howard? Oh, I like red apples, you know.
Now, don't start that again.
Have you finished, Mr. Howard?
Yes, I finished.
I haven't. I have now. I say, Mr. Howard.
What?
What is it that flies around going booze, booze?
A very old aeroplane, I should think.
No, it's a blue bottle with a cough. Boom, boom. Hey, shall we read the story again, Mr. Howard?
Yes, all right, Basil.
Yeah.
Will you help me out?
Certainly, Mr. Howard. Which way did you come in?
I mean, will you help me read the story?
Of course I will.
Right, I'll start.
Right. Mr. Howard.
What?
Why don't you start?
I'm just trying to.
Well, go on then. Get on with it.
Dad had made an aeroplane.
Dad had made an aeroplane.
It flew high in the air.
It flew high in the air.
It flew higher and higher.
It flew higher and higher.
It stuck in the tree.
It stuck in the tree.
He tried to reach his aeroplane.
He tried to reach his aeroplane.
Pepper shook the tree.
Pepper shook the tree.
An apple fell down.
An apple fell down.
Pepper flew his aeroplane.
Pepper flew his aeroplane. Hey, we could make a picture of something from today's story with my cartoon, Mr.
I
Howard.
thought you were going to say that.
I just did. Come on, get the box. That's it. Now, open it up. Come on. Now, what should we make then?
Let's make something which has two wings, a tail, and wheels.
A budgie on roller skates.
Not a budgie on roller skates, an aeroplane.
An aeroplane. Well, go on then. Now, what do we need first then?
Well, an aeroplane needs two wings, doesn't it?
Go on then. Find some wings.
Right. Wings.
Wings. Wings for an aeroplane, eh? What do we need next?
Well, it'll also need a tail, won't it?
Well, go on then. Find a tail.
Right.
Yeah.
A tail.
Wings and a tail. What else does an aeroplane have, Mr. Howard?
Well, it'll need two wheels for taking off and landing.
Absolutely. Go on then. Find some wheels.
There we are.
That's it. Marvellous.
Wheels.
Wings, tail, wheels. That's your aeroplane, is it, Mr.
That's
Howard?
definitely an aeroplane.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Well, come on then. Let's have a look at it.
All right.
Oh, I can't wait.
Wings,
Oh.
tail, wheels.
I told you it was a budgie on roller skates.
You've got me again, haven't you?
The time has come for us to go. We hope you will agree. It's been a lot of fun today for you and him and me. Goodbye from Mr. Howard. Goodbye from Master Brush. Until next time we hear you shout, let's read with Basil Brush. Let's read with Basil Brush.